Hey y'all, Fat Girl Freestyle here. I hope you're doing well. I'm happy to be here with you with another story time. Something that happened to me in the wee hours of this morning. Today is Tuesday, May 6th. I'm going to do my best to keep this to 10 minutes so that it can be posted all at once on TikTok so you guys don't have to go searching on my page for part two. But I first want to preface this story time by telling you that there is something very strange going on in New Orleans. The spiritual energy has been so incredibly intense. I can't even explain it. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's happening. I don't know. And a part of me is reluctant to go searching to figure out why. But I can tell you that lately I have been feeling a lot more things than usual. I mean, of course, there's the grief. I lost my father in December. Recently broke up with my partner of 12 years. Just there's a lot shifting and changing in my life personally that I'm trying to maneuver, navigate the best way I can. But I still feel that intensity, that energy, that shift, that it's not heavy. Heavy is not the word I want to use, but it's definitely pressing. Like you feel that spiritual energy pressing against you, almost like tapping you on your shoulder to say, hey, I'm here. Other thing, too, I've been wearing my hair out a lot. I've just been kind of letting my hair be free, do her thing. And I feel like my hair is picking up on a lot. So this happened in the wee hours of this morning. It was after 2 o'clock. I couldn't sleep last night. I've been having a few nights like that lately. So I said, well, I might as well get up and go make some money. I drive rideshare from time to time. So I said, well, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go pick up some late night passengers. That's what I did. I end up on Esplanade Avenue. I believe it was Esplanade and Galv. I think that's Galvez right there. Yeah, because I think Miro runs the other way. Galvez runs this way. Yeah. So it's Galvez and Esplanade. There's a red light there. And I would not be telling this story had it not been for the other person that was there, the other driver who was in front of me. I wouldn't even be telling y'all this because I would say it was because of lack of sleep. It's because of the antidepressant that I'm taking. It's because of the grief. It's because of the sadness. It's because of this, because of that. I would have sincerely dismissed it had it not been for the driver in front of me. But we're stopped at the light. And of course, my head is constantly on a swivel. I'm looking. I'm never down in my phone or playing with the radio, none of that. I'm always looking to make sure there's nobody lurking. So there's a person who they cross the street And they stopped at the corner by the light. So they just stood there. And I just kind of thought, our light is red. Why aren't they going across the street? But, I'm going to mind my business. So I'm still just kind of looking around. So they're still there at the corner. The light turns green. The driver in front of me, of course, hesitate because don't ever just like immediately take off, because you never know, somebody could be trying to speed through the red light coming from the other direction. So you just give it a few seconds. So I'm never in a hurry to pull off. So he hesitated for a couple of seconds, and just as he starts pulling off, he starts moving, is when the person stepped off the corner and crossed in front of his car. But he was still moving, so he must not have seen the person step off the corner. So he had started moving. And then all of a sudden, he just like, boom, he pressed on his brakes and hurried up and stopped. And I hurried up, of course, and stopped. And I immediately thought, I said, oh my God, he just hit this person. Because I didn't see anybody. So he gets out of the car and he goes to the front. And he's just standing there like this. And at this point, my heart is beating. I'm like, oh my God, I just witnessed this man hit somebody. Even though the pedestrian was wrong for taking so long, I'm like, oh my God, this man just hit somebody. I'm going to have to call 911. So I watch him walk to the other side of the car. And I'm like, is the dude crawling or something? Like, it was weird. And then he starts doing this. And then he's looking behind him. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I roll my window down and I say, is everything okay? Is he okay? Do you need me to call 911? So he comes back around and he gets close enough to where he could hear me. I could hear him. He says, ma'am, he said, you did see somebody step off this corner and walk in front of my car, right? I said, yeah. I said, what? I said, is he okay? I said, do you need me to call the police? He said, ma'am, there's nobody there. Ma'am, there's nobody there. I said, what? And at this point, I'm like, this motherfucker is drunk or high. So I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, Kim, don't get out the car. So I rolled the window down a little bit more and I poked my head out. I said, what you mean there's nobody there? And he says, you saw somebody step off the corner, right? He's like, I'm not tripping. You saw somebody. I said, yes. I said, somebody was there. I said, what happened? Is he okay? He said, ma'am, he's gone. I said, gone. He said, he's not there. Gone as in he's not there. And he starts trembling. And then he started crying. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck is going on? I said, what? I said, wait. He said, ma'am, he said, you saw somebody, right? You saw. I said, I saw. He said, you saw what I saw. I said, I saw what you saw. He said, there is nobody there. At this point, I was like, fuck it. I said, baby, I said, get in your car and go home. I said, I'm going home too. I said, pray before you close your eyes tonight. He said, good night, hopped in his car. He went in his direction and I went mine, and I came my ass inside. I don't know what the fuck is going on in New Orleans, but y'all need to be prepared.